Well, it's day 7 already, and today's rule is to use intelligent follow-up. One of the most common questions I get is, what should I do after I send my proposal out? How do we maximize our ability to close? Well, I've got a few principles that I'll go over on this slide here. So this is kind of pre-follow-up, but during a proposal review meeting, I want to be asking questions, smart questions like, what's the decision-making process like on this? I can't tell you how many times, we'd be afraid to ask that question, and customers would just volunteer it without any hesitation. You want to understand, what's driving this? What are the timelines? What does it look like on their sides? Is this something that's urgent? What happens if it doesn't go forward? I'm asking those kind of questions and just seeing what sales intelligence you can gather. Additionally, what you want to do is you want to bam fam on the proposal review meeting. Did you watch the last video? If you didn't, video number 6 is super, super important and really valuable as a sales strategy. It's the proposal review meeting. And on that one, you want to use BAMFAM, which stands for book a meeting from a meeting, to book the next meeting. So maybe you got some, from the previous question, you got some intelligence like, well, Michael's going to be signing off on this and he's going on vacation for 2 weeks. Okay. Well, I might say something like, well, Gene, why don't we do this? Why don't we schedule something for November 18th? It sounds like, he would have been back for a few days after that and had some time to digest. I'd love at that point just to have some time for us to connect and see if there's anything new or if there's anything I can do to sweeten the deal on our side. So you book that meeting right from the proposal review meeting. I also like to imply urgency, to create urgency. Obviously, you want to be moral, you want to be ethical about it. But here's the reality. Agency life is a big, gigantic game of Tetris. And there are no guarantees that you're going to be able to start a project when your prospect wants you to, unless they're willing to sign. And so a lot of times what I would do is I'd say, well, we've got a couple spots left in November, but I do have a few other hot deals. I've got some prospects that are probably going to be closing soon. What would we need to do to make this kind of go quicker on your side? You apply some of that urgency, which is all fair, to help them understand that you've got other projects and you've got other things going on. And then finally, there's lots of different things you can do with follow-up. So this is definitely not exhaustive, but I like using analytics to inform my my follow-up strategy. And for this, I'm going to open up Smart Pricing Table again, and I want to point out, different proposal software is going to have different features. But with our system, there's an analytics option, and what we'll do from the beginning is you'll get a notification if your proposal is open. So you get email notification, and then we log what pages they click on, but we also track what line items they open, any boxes they check, or any quantities they change. So imagine being able to see not only that your prospect clicked on the scope of work, but their interactions, like they expanded the service page. They checked sitemap creation. They unchecked it. Maybe seeing something being turned on and off is a reason to bring it up carefully in a meeting and just say, hey, I'm curious if you guys were interested in this. Well, we were actually going back and forth on that a ton. And it's at that point you have a chance to overcome an objection. Okay, but your analytics can help you understand what sessions they had where they were engaging, today, yesterday, like when were they interacting, and then getting that notification might allow you to do a timely follow-up. So that's it for principle or rule number 7. Tomorrow we're going to talk about mitigating the awful scope creep, and I've got some good ideas for you to stew on. All right, talk to you soon.